Where are you standing with the project more or less 1 year after its start?
We're just starting to roll it out, basically. We went through a period last year where we did community workshops and mixed community clinician workshops in all of the 5 sites in Brighton, Zagreb, Lisbon, Barcelona, and Antwerp. We got quite some excellent feedback on what people would want from the app, how comfortable they felt they would feel using it. And also, we got some really good ideas about how they expected to move forward with it. So that happened at the end of last year. We had all of the results through from that. And where we are now is we're just starting the rollout of the app.
As a person living with HIV, why would I want to use this app?
What it can do is it can give you detailed data on the important things that you want to know about your HIV, and not just your HIV. It's not just viral load and CD4 count. It can be your cholesterol count and stuff like that. Um, and it's directly pushed through to you. So this isn't one where you have to input all the data. It comes straight from your clinic. So that's a good thing in itself, because most other apps, you have to put in all the data yourself, and you have to feel confident that you are updating it regularly. Um, if you're living with HIV, and I'm living with HIV, I think that one of the advantages of this is that there are more and more people being treated for HIV, so there are pressures on the clinic. So we're not seeing our clinicians as often as we used to. We don't want to see that turn into, if you like, a reduced connection with the clinic. So if you can use an app to try and make sure that you're still in touch with the clinic, then in a way it helps to supplement the care that you're already getting. I think it could be very useful for some people living with HIV in particular who have to travel long distances to get to the clinics. You can be cut back on some of those journeys if you just get the results on the app. I also think it will give people an opportunity to interact perhaps with other healthcare professionals, because people have regularly said that they feel that they're sitting in a bubble in their own clinic where everything's okay there, but when they step outside that bubble, there's a problem. And what they will have is, and it's up to them, it's their choice, but if they want to go and see a GP and say, look, if you're going to put me on a certain drug, I want to know that there's no conflict, they have a link through to the Liverpool Drug Interactions site, so they can share that information with the GP if they wish to. That's their choice, of course. So I think it also, living with HIV, I think it helps to empower you, because you have the information which your clinic holds on you anyway, but you have access to it, and you could actually share it with people if you wanted to. And and also, I think it kind of helps make you feel empowered, because it's not like something you have to write down and maybe forget. It's something that you can click on whenever.
Many people will ask, are my sensitive data safe?
I mean, yes, it's safe. It's as safe can ever be. But there again, it's as safe as your clinic data is safe. So I think that's the whole point. I think, I mean, you have to use passwords to get onto it. It's a very nondescript app. It does not scream HIV or anything like that. Um, but I think certainly the security has been a very, very key issue which they've looked at from the very beginning. And the security is very, very tightly controlled through effectively your clinic.
How do you handle data in the background of the app?
Most of the back-end systems already exist, and that's been one of the challenges for the app itself, because they're tying into back-end systems in clinics that are very different across the whole of the European Union. This is an EU project. So I think it's something that will probably be tweaked a bit over the years. This is a 5-year project, so what we have at the moment, we can expect there to be some adapting going on over the next couple of years as we work out how we can optimize the app. And that's why it's a study. It's a study to see how we can get the best out of this app, and then in 5 years' time, how we can move forward with it. Well, it's 4 years' time now. But I think that our next step certainly is that in the initial community-based interviews, we were dealing with people who might go on the app and who might be using the app. What we're doing this year with our colleagues in the University of Brighton on the part that's called Work Package 2 is that we're going around to interviewing people who are using the app. And we dominantly want to find out how comfortable they feel using it, uh, how much they feel it's helped them, what effect has it had on their relationship with the clinic. So we'll be interviewing the people living HIV who are actually using the app, and obviously our colleagues in Brighton, Benjamin Marant, etc., will also be talking to the clinicians and what their experience is of it. And we're doing that 6 months after each site's been rolled out. So far this year, we've had Zagreb, Brighton, and Barcelona rolled out, then moving on to Antwerp and Lisbon. But what we want to do is just after 6 months after it's rolled out, we actually want to start interviewing people and see what their experience is of using the app. It may not be exactly 6 months because for the first few weeks there may only be a few people actually enrolled. It takes time. People have different appointment times when they come to the clinic. But certainly as of just after 6 months after the rollout in each of those sites, we will be going around and performing community-based interviews about how the app's performing for them, working for them.
Thank you, Brian West, for this interview.
Right, thank you very much. Thanks.